According to the EPA, Americans throw away about 28 billion plastic bottles and jars every year. Imagine taking a 20-ounce plastic bottle from a landfill and turning it into 7 12-ounce coffee cups. Krishna Nadella and MicroGREEN are doing just that, working to make plastic throwaways a thing of the past. While a graduate student at UW, Krishna saw the potential to commercialize a patented microcellular plastics technology developed in Professor Vipin Kumar's lab. In 2002, he co-founded MicroGREEN and now serves as Chief Technology Officer. As he pursued his PhD, he took a leadership role in the company, moving it from a startup to a local business. Krishna grew MicroGREEN's partnerships, patented the add-air technology, and secured investment funding.
He left the UW just 2.5 years ago. Even before he graduated, he had created for himself a well-paying job. And I don't know of anybody else that has done that.
He has covered such a great distance since he left the university. He's advanced the technology that he learned here in Professor Kumar's lab. He's made it into a production line process.
He also has, entrepreneurial drive, and we don't see that kind of combination, too often.
He was able to commit that 110% while in his spare time completing his PhD at the University of Washington.
Half a dozen places around the world were studying microcellular polymers, and we were all very excited about the potential, the commercial potential and the applications in so many different industries. But nobody had a manufacturing process, and that is a breakthrough that we achieved in my lab here. The most important aspect of our technology is its green aspect. The process we have is very benign.
MicroGREEN has a technology that we call the add-air process. And the add-air process, at its very core, injects bubbles into the center of a sheet of plastic. And those bubbles expand the material, and it makes the material lighter weight. Since plastic is sold by the pound, lighter weight means it's less expensive.
When Krishna first brought the MicroGREEN plan to us in 2003, it was pretty rough, but the fundamental elements of value were all there.
We realized that there was a whole lot of work that needed to be done to take plastic expanding in a lab at University of Washington to running at 300 or 500 feet per minute in a production line.
He sent us some pictures of some of their early cups that were pretty ugly. There were big wrinkles in them. They weren't very large, they weren't very deep, but they showed the fundamental concept that could be achieved using thermoforming with this new kind of material. Later on, we were getting some samples that we could hold in our hands. And I was impressed by the shiny surface on this and the lightweight and the fact that there's a nice insulating layer in the middle. It's a beautiful material.
And MicroGREEN has sort of matured the manufacturing technology just in the right time because they are getting a lot of traction.
About 40 billion pounds of plastic get used by our target markets for doing all kinds of things, like making signage for printing substrates, for outdoor signs or in-store signage. Plastic that's used to thermoform shapes like cups for the dairy aisle, macaroni and cheese cups. Many different applications that are food packaging as well as packaging products that are simply going to protect a product when it's in transit or sitting on a shelf. It takes real courage to have the determination to not only dream of a good idea, anybody can do that, but to actually commit yourself to that idea and remain diligent in focusing on all the details it takes to move that idea from a concept all the way to a product on the market.
Krishna, congratulations. This award is well earned, and I suspect that among all the people I know who know you, you may be the only one surprised that you're getting this award.
I think you really have earned this award and this recognition. And I hope there would be many more occasions for the university to recognize you in the future for your even greater achievements. So well done, and you've brought a lot of pleasure and honor to our lab and to this university. So keep that up.
You're a visionary, you're innovative, but mostly you're determined and you're persistent. And it's a real pleasure to work with you. I'm looking forward to many years together. Congratulations.
We honor Krishna Nadella with the 2011 Early Career Diamond Award.